Spellbinders, and welcome to the blog Frenzy. Today is day 4 and I'm introducing the Grand Dahlias, and I've had so much fun working with these particular dies, and today we're going to do a tutorial on how to make these dahlia bowls. So you can see they're very firm. Once they're dried, you can use them for candy, buttons, embellishments in your craft room. I put cupcake liners in them at Christmas and put chocolates in there. So yeah, the possibilities are endless. You can dress up the sides with some polka dots, which we'll be doing today, just to show you a different way to decorate the bowl on the outside. And then there's the largest one. So these are each made with a different size of the Grand Dahlia. So you see here that you get 5 dies in the Grand Dahlia set, and the code for this set is LF-191 if you're looking for it online. So the largest is 8 inches and a quarter. That's huge. So today I'll be making a bowl with the largest. That's this size you end up with. Okay, and then the second largest you end up with this size. They kind of stack if you put them like that. And the third one like that. Alright, so you can even stack these if you wanted. Alright, let's begin. So what you want to do is cut down your felt to 8 1/4 inches so that you can run it through the Grand Caliber, and that is something you'll need is the Grand Caliber die cut machine by Spellbinders that allows you to cut this large die template. Okay, line your felt up. I find a little trick to help the felt cut better is to put a piece of printer paper over top. So I'll be doing that. Okay, so you have your cut side up on the base plate, felt over top, and there are different kinds of felt on the market. The one that Spellbinders recommends for cutting with the die templates is 100% wool felt, and that comes in a variety of colors. You can find them online. I'm using a product by the Kunin Group. It's called Rainbow Felt. It's actually recycled product. And it cuts okay as well. So you just might have a couple spots where you need to go over the pieces with scissors. So let's see. So get your Grand Caliber die cut machine and just lock it in place there and run your plates through. Okay. Alright, so there we have our felt. Let's see how the cut went. Okay, so for the most part, it cut really well. So I'm just going to have to go over some of the parts with the scissors. Okay, so just pull it on its line as much as you can, and then the line's pretty apparent. You can see the lines there, so it's very easy just to cut those few last fibers that are clinging on. Okay, so now that you have your felt cut, I'm going to go ahead and use my standard circles. I have the standard circles large and the standard circles small. So what I'm going to do is pull out the bottom 2 sizes of each set, and I'm going to cut myself a bunch of circles made from other colors of felt. Now these are great to have on hand, these circles, because you can use circles for pretty much anything. Cards, it really helps to frame a stamp or whatever. Okay, this is a great way to use your scraps as well. So just put your circles down. And I have scraps from the time I first made the bowls, so I have some pinks on hand. So I'm just going to cut it down to size. Okay, just line them up there. Okay, you can throw some printer paper on there again. Oops. All right, and run it through your die cut machine. Okay, the circles cut very well, so there's no trimming that I have to do with those. Okay, so you get the idea of how this is going to come together. So I'll continue on my own and cut some more circles, and then I'll come back. All right, so I have cut all the circles I will need, probably more than I will need. And I cut some orange ones in there just to make this a little more fun. And how I'm going to adhere these is I'm going to use a product called Fabri-Tac by Beacon Adhesives. And this will just really make that felt stick before we go through the process of draping it over a pop can with glue and water. So just imagine that this is going to be your base, okay? So you don't need polka dots anywhere where this part is. Okay, so you can go ahead and just do your design by using some of the Fabri-Tac. Okay. And the process that we're going to do later with the glue and water, that will also just really solidify these. Okay. So you can come up with, you know, whatever pattern you want. Probably totally random would work. That's what I'm going to try. Okay, and I don't want to overdo it, so I'm going to pull off these dots. Okay, so I will continue this process and meet back up with you when this is done. Okay, so here is what the Grand Dahlia looks like with some of the polka dots. Next thing I'm going to do is make my glue and water mix. So I'm just going to take a box that I had left over from Christmas. I have a bowl with about a 1/4 cup of water in here. And what I want to do is take some liquid all-purpose glue. This is Elmer's Glue All. And I'm going to try and put about the same amount. And so really you're going to have half water, half glue mix here. And just mix in the glue. Okay, so what you have is a watered down glue, and that will help the bowl settle into shape, and it'll give you a little bit of flexibility on working with the petals of the Grand Dahlia. Okay, so what you want to do next is grab a pop can, and you can use the top or the bottom. Let's use the bottom. Actually, I'm going to use the top. It's a little more stable. Okay, so the Fabri-Tac has just dried on there. I probably left it about 5 minutes. So what you want to do is really saturate your felt in the glue. Okay, make sure it's all saturated. Okay, and then you're kind of going to fold it in half, even maybe just fold it to a point where you can squeeze out the water. Okay, or you can squeeze out, just get it to a point where you can squeeze out much of the glue and water mix. Okay, so then you want to unfold it. Then you want to do the draping. Okay, so find your centerpiece there. And what I'm going to do is, I don't have an elastic, but I do have one of my daughter's silly bands. So I'm going to put that around the bowl as it's drying, just so it lets us keep the shape of the bottom, especially because you want that to be flat. Okay, so move the silly band as much as you can closer to the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so you're going to have some folds in the bowl. Okay, and then what the great part about this glue mixture is that you can bend the petals up, which I think is pretty cool. So do you see how I'm just doing that? And it will dry like that, which is so neat. Okay, so just work with the bowl until you're happy with the shape. And then you just let it dry. You can let it dry overnight. If you want, you could try and take a heat gun to the and speed up the process. But that's pretty much it. Just make sure your bottom is flat. Kind of tip it over so you can see what it's going to be looking like. And if you like it, then you can stop and just really, you can let it dry like this or flip it over. The only problem with flipping it over like this is it might stick to whatever surface you have it on. So it's probably best to let it dry upside down. Okay. All right, so I think I will leave it looking like that, and we'll come back and see what it looks like. Here we go, leaving it to dry. Okay, I'll be back. All right, so here we are, and this is the next day. I've just left these to dry overnight because I just want to make sure that they're fully dry, because if they're not, they will still move a little bit. So just pull it out of your pot can, and there you go. There is a dahlia bowl, okay? Now, if you wanted, what I did with the photos that you see online, I cut a circle from cereal box board and then put a piece of pattern paper on top and glued it to the bottom. So it was a bit of a decorative inside, but this has a lot going on with all the polka dots, so I might leave the inside plain. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you really take a good look at those grand dahlias from Spellbinders. They're pretty amazing, and you can do so many things with them. All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of the blog frenzy. Bye for now.